Welcome back to the fully demonetized, 100% viewer supported High Impact Flix channel. I just have one question for you. Why did all kneel while Neil stood? Why did all kneel while Neil stood? And why is there significance of the number he was wearing? I'm just asking a question. I'm not making any assertions. There's a whole lot smarter people out there than me, and maybe you can come up with an answer.
You guys, they know they've raised a society of morons who know nothing about nothing, and they can get away with these little jokes every day. You know, it's funny also how I began the day talking about the latest Masonic Hollywood film, The Black Phone, and all the Masonic symbolism, and how they're essentially mocking their audience with the murder rituals they've gotten away with over the years, putting the number 1733 right in the film, like the Masonic headquarters address in D.C., the House of the Temple, it's 1733. And then here we are in week 17, and the only guy standing is 33. Anyway, let's come back to this.
I just have one question for you. Why did all kneel while Neil stood? Why did all kneel while Neil stood? And why is there significance of the number he was wearing? I'm just asking a question. I'm not making any assertions. There's a whole lot smarter people out there than me, and maybe you can come up with an answer.
It's proof that all you fucking losers who've been talking shit to me, who warned you, you would have saved your ass had you listened to what I was saying. But to me, it's just exactly what's warranted and deserved. Again, until a lot of these losers are just cleared right off the face of the earth, ain't shit changing around here. So anyway, let me put the link in the chat. And again, any of you fucking losers, I'd like to hear from you. Fucking losers, step up. I know you got no balls, so you won't put your face on the screen, just like the little loser who called in last night, who made himself look like an ass. But come on and try to make a logical point. Come on and try to make a logical point about how anything I'm saying is crazy. Dick butt kiss. Can't figure it out? You can't figure it out? You can't figure it out? Kneel, standing, while everyone else kneels. Get down on your knees, bitches. That's not about what's on the field. That's about all the people watching on their knees like little bitches for big authority, for all the liars on TV who just nod their head to whatever the talking heads say on TV. Oh yeah, this is the saddest thing that ever happened. These are the same fucking losers who didn't say anything about all the lies as we went and bombed and killed God knows how many millions of brown people over in the Middle East over the biggest lie there ever was for 9/11, but they're the same fucking losers who got on the TV and told you to condemn and crucify Michael Vick because he killed a few dogs. Probably another bullshit story. Probably didn't kill any dogs. But just more bullshit. And again, this same society of fucking losers. They didn't care anything about all the brown people that we wasted over the lies of 9/11, as they couldn't figure out 9/11 Patriot Act patriots. Too fucking dumb to see it. But then they're all worried about Mike Vick's dogs. That's a society of fucking losers. You know why? If you go to Seattle and these big tech cities, the companies are all full of Chinese people? Because they're not fucking wimpy-ass losers. They're eating dogs. They don't give a shit. I'm not saying that's right either. I'm mostly a vegetarian, to be perfectly honest. But I'm making a point. These people aren't concerned more about the well-being of dogs than human beings in unjust wars. A society of losers is, though, like America. Again, I don't think there's ever been a dumber populace in the history of Earth than the American population. This is a society of fucking retards. That's how they get away with this shit every day. All right. It's been 51 years, 2 months, and 9 days later from the death of Chuck Hughes to the Damar Hamlin collapse, which is being compared. It's 51 years and months later. But notice how in gematria, again, this is the language you need to know. It's the language used by secret societies like Masons. Again, all the American sports are credited to Freemasonry. And by the way, I mean, hold on. Before we even go any further, just with regards to wordplay, what were they giving you last night? Again, for a decade, I've been teaching you about the number 33 in Monday Night Football. The only player standing while everyone kneels is number 33, and his name is Neil. Only Neil is standing. Dick Butt Kiss. Jake Dick Butt. Anyway, it's 51 years later. Chuck Hughes died 51 years ago. What's Chuck Hughes equal in gematria? 51. Where did last night's ritual happen? Cincinnati, which equals what? 51. What's conspiracy equal? 51. What's the area associated with conspiracy? Area 51. Again, that's why when you learn gematria, your eyes start to open up to the greater meaning of numbers and words and language and things like spells and spelling. But okay, so 51 years later, and again, it was Dick Butt Kiss, number 51, standing over the corpse in the infamous shot. And also, just to remind you about something, back then, when society hadn't been pussified and Hollywood didn't make a movie about a wimpy guy and a superhero woman every week, back when society was more masculine, back when guys still wanted to have sex with women back in 1971, in a different era, the game went on. They didn't end the game. They didn't cancel the game. They didn't go to Booger McFarland in the studio. Oh, man, this is like the saddest thing that ever happened here. I'm Booger McFarland. It's like, I remember Booger McFarland ever getting on the TV after 9/11 and being like, this is the saddest shit that's ever happened. The rigged NFL is now telling you that bottom feeder Patriots are the best team in the league after the Patriot Act. God, should we mention that the New York Jets were their only Super Bowl winning season was the same year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code and World Trade Center construction began? Because this is really the saddest shit ever, that people can't see through this each week. Dick Butt Kiss. Jake Dick Butt. Neil won't kneel. What do you mean? I think it's all a coincidence. Again, you guys, they know they've raised a society of morons who know nothing about nothing, and they can get away with these little jokes every day.
Why did all kneel while Neil stood? Why did all kneel while Neil stood? And why is there significance of the number he was wearing? I'm just asking a question. I'm not making any assertions. There's a whole lot smarter people out there than me, and maybe you can come up with an answer.
Prevail, but the irate and tireless minority who are keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. Why are they tired? That was good. That was a good one right there. Whoa. Drop my other flashlight. All right, here we go. Look at this hail. Look at this. Nice. Now that's indicative of a tornado, possibly. Got some crazy hail going on here. What the hail is going on?
So, anyway, for all you guys who just think all this stuff's a coincidence, you're the same ones that don't get the jokes every day of Dick Butt Kiss and Jake Dick Butt and, the only guy standing being the guy Neil on Monday Night Football 33 in a lesson I've taught about 10 gazillion times. And again, I mean, the only reason they can get away with this is because they know that it's a bunch of low IQs out there. You guys, they wouldn't make the games as obviously rigged if they didn't know they didn't have a society of fucking retards. Because if people had brains, they wouldn't come to these games anymore. They know these games are total bullshit. Scripted theater, energy manipulation, that's all it is. Total bullshit every week.